Hey, you in 12A, stand up. Now. The flight went dead silent. A black man in a tailored navy suit slowly stood, eyes calm, unaware that what happened next would make global headlines. They thought he was just another passenger, but they had no idea who he really was. Rain lashed against the tarmac as Flight 726 prepared for takeoff from JFK. The jet bridge had just retracted when a tense voice came over the intercom. Ladies and gentlemen, we're experiencing a slight delay in seat 12A. A sharply dressed black man mid-40s, clean-shaven, AirPods in, calmly reviewed a pitch deck on his iPad. He was calm, but not for long. Two security guards stormed down the aisle. One pointed. "That's him," said a flight attendant. Without hesitation, the man looked up confused. "You'll need to come with us," the guard said firmly. He blinked. "Why?" "We got a report. You refused to show ID." A murmur rippled across rows. Passengers whispered. "What did he do?" "He looks important." Was he rude? But no one knew, no one saw, because nothing had happened. He stood slowly, maintaining his composure. "That's not true," he said. "I scanned my boarding pass at the gate. You can check the logs." "Sir, off the plane now." He looked at the crowd, his face calm, almost pitying. Then, to the flight attendant, "I expected better." As they walked him out, a woman in first class scoffed. "Ugh, these people always make scenes." He heard it. He said nothing. The walk of ASSU and PTUNS outside the plane, in the fluorescent lit gate area. The manager from the airline stood waiting, arms crossed, smug. "You've caused enough trouble today, Mr." She looked at the tablet dot, then blinked, her lips parted. Wait, but it was too late. The man had already pulled out his phone. "Jameson here," he said, voice calm. "I'm pulling all funding from North Wing Air, effective immediately. $5 billion. Liquidate everything." The airline manager's smile vanished. Passengers inside the plane stared out the window, now realizing he wasn't just anyone. He was Elijah Pierce, CEO of Pierce Holdings, a global logistics empire, and Northwing's biggest investor. Murmurs began the moment Malcolm was escorted down the narrow airplane aisle. Two burly airline security guards, eyes sharp, jaws tight, flanked him like he was some kind of threat. The pilot stood awkwardly outside the cockpit, watching. Flight attendants avoided eye contact, and passengers whispered with raised eyebrows. Was he trying to sneak into first class? He doesn't look like he belongs up there anyway. Oh, teenage boy nudged his father. "Why are they taking him away, Dad?" The man shrugged. Maybe he didn't pay, or worse. But Malcolm said nothing, dressed in tailored navy slacks, a crisp white shirt, and a Rolex that could pay off the plane's fuel bill. He didn't look like a threat, but that didn't matter. His skin had already told the story they wanted to believe. He had politely boarded, taken his seat, opened a folder of business projections, and quietly began reviewing a $5 billion contract. But then came the stewardess, stiff with judgment. "Sir, first class is reserved." Malcolm glanced up. "I know, seat 1A, it's mine." She frowned. "Do you have proof?" He reached into his jacket, but before he could pull out his boarding pass, security was already summoned as they dragged him toward the exit door. He locked eyes with the captain. Calm, controlled, but his voice broke the tension. "I suggest you check again. That seat wasn't just mine. I own part of this airline." The captain blinked. "Excuse me." Malcolm didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to. "Your airline is part of a merger I was about to finalize today. The board knows me. My lawyers know me. You're 5 minutes away from losing $5 billion in private equity backing." The cabin went silent. The teenage boy's eyes widened. The dad sat up straighter. One of the security guards suddenly looked unsure, but the damage was already done. Malcolm adjusted his sleeve, turned slowly toward the exit, and spoke clearly for all to hear. "You've pulled me off this plane like a criminal. Now watch your airline crash without me."